Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to look at value counts, one of the most used Pandas analysis keys that are there. So now coming to what actually is value count, it is something like as a group by that we do or to know the frequency of the character variables that are there. So if you can see the code that is there, it dot value count, the default options are normalize is equal to false. It means that you want to see the percentage. Then we have something call as the sort is equal to true, wherein we are looking at what is the whether the outputs are sorted in a proper manner. And then what we look at, we return an object. What it actually does, it returns an object containing the count of the unique values that are there. And by default the results are in the descending order. So the first element is most the commonly occurring, and if you want to change it accordingly, so you can do that particular thing as well. So now going back to the coding for our exercise that we had looked at, this particular student data grade that is there, what we have here is first of all we need to get the data frame ready. So we go to this particular part, import data frame, and just to be sure we get this data ready. This is the student grades data, and we are going to look how we can use the option of value counts in this particular scenario. So this particular notebook contains every step-by-step options that you can do in Panda, which I am going to take while we are doing in this video. So this is run, and if you just want to look what is there in DF, we can just do DF, and this is the data that is there. This is the data, 10 students and the different scores that are there. Now we go back to the value counts and we look into the value count. What we are doing is, as we mentioned, there are two options that we can do here. In very simple terms, what we can do if we want to see the overall grade distribution, right? I will go here and I will click, and then I need to select the name of the column, that is overall grade. And then if I just do value counts, value outside the thing, after calling this particular cell column, that what we do is we go to value and counts. So you will see by default what is going to come here. You will see 22211. If you add this up, it comes to 9. Where is the missing one? The missing one is not there. So what we have to do, we have to write here drop NA is equal to false. So this is a technique that we always do as a data person, that we write this because we don't know what is the missing item, and we cannot do the whole picture, that we cannot define the whole picture. Now you can see if you add everything up, it comes up to 10. So this is the first thing that you need to always use. Drop NA is equal to false. By default, if you don't use it, you saw what happened, that particular stuff was missing. And this is a very good thing. Now one thing by default, that as I mentioned, normalize is equal to false. By default, if you don't mention anything in Panda. So the good thing about Panda, and what I wanted to tell all these packages, is there is something called as a default. If you don't put that, it will take it accordingly. Like in this slide that I showed you, by default the value is equal to false, the normalize is equal to false. Sort, if you want to sort accordingly to the number, it is by default it is true. If you want opposite, you need to do something else, right? And ascending is equal to false, bin is equal to none, and these things are there accordingly. If you want to change it, you can do that. So now coming back to our code here, this particular thing, if I do normalize is equal to true, what happens? You will see the percentage comes into the picture, and here I put drop NA is equal to false. If I remove this, if you see this, if I remove this, what is going to happen? That particular, it will not add up. You can see the percentage also changes. So one simple line which is very important, because this is not the true picture of the data. Overall A grade is not 22.2%, it is 20%, because the one that is missing is also part of the universe which we are not able to know. So these small things change the percentages in a data analysis. That is why you need to be cognizant of these small things, and that what makes analytics and data science the importance of giving details giving attention to details like this, small things, which makes a huge difference, as you just saw, right? Just by one line of parameter, one line of the thing is changing the percentage by 2.22%, which is a big stuff that is there. Now this one we have done, normalize is equal to true. By default, the percentage is it gives you an output in point two point. If you want it in a proper number that shows the percentage, then you do into 1000. So this will give you the proper 20 and all those things. So these are some of the things that we need to understand about false. And now I wanted to also show you about something called as a sort. So right now, as I told you, sort is ABCD. Sort is true. If I just give, let me see, if I give sort is equal to false, what is going to happen? I think it is going to take the same thing. See this, it is coming A, C, there is no sorting, it is just coming randomly. That is the thing that is there. And the second thing I told you is, by default we have ascending as false. Like, it is not ascending, means from highest to lowest. It is descending is equal to true. But suppose we want opposite, right? We want ascending is equal to, as I told you, by default it is false. Ascending is equal to false. But if I want it true, then it will come 1 1 1 2. See, 1 1 1 2 2 2. So these are something that you need to be cognizant about. Sort is by default it is true, but if you don't want sort, if you just want it random, then you can do those things. So now summarizing value count, it is very important, where you want to do by default the results are in descending. So first element that is there is the highest, but if you want the opposite, you need to use that using normalization. And one key learning from today's video is, always when you are working with value counts, use drop NA is equal to true. In the next video, we are going to know more details about the group by. Have a great day.